What it does is it unwinds the changes that Republicans put into the big, beautiful bill, the big signature legislation that we passed and signed into law on July 4th. That has been very successful in shoring up Medicaid for the people who are actually eligible to receive it. What we did in the bill, and the CBO just verified this 3 weeks ago, the Congressional Budget Office, the nonpartisan arbiters of everything up here, they said that those provisions have helped to reduce premiums. Why? Because we got ineligible recipients off of Medicaid, illegal aliens, and able-bodied young men who are riding the wagon who are not eligible to be there. Medicaid is intended for specific populations of U.S. citizens. That is young, pregnant women who are down on their luck, the disabled and the elderly. Those resources are being drained from those folks, and so we fixed that. We reduced fraud, waste, and abuse in the program. Chuck Schumer's counterproposal on the CR would reverse that.
The US government has been forced to shut down as Congress fails to agree on a funding plan. Democrats and Republicans are in a standoff over healthcare spending, primarily over whether to stop Obamacare subsidies from expiring. Donald Trump is threatening to lay off several congressmen and women. Vice President J.D. Vance has put the blame solely on the Democrats.
Democrats say that they care a lot about lowering health care costs, and yet when the president took historic action to work with the drug companies to lower prescription drug prices, the Democrats did nothing to help us. In fact, we would have loved to have the Democrats helping us, but they didn't. They talk about doing something. They don't actually do the hard work of making it happen. What they have done instead is to shut down the government because we won't give billions of dollars to health care funding for illegal aliens.
Popular tourist attractions have been forced to shut while the government worker stoppage could see delays at many airports. David Blevins filed this report from Washington, D.C.
There's no sign of any peace being brokered between the two sides right now. It's important, I think, just to explain to people that for the United States to function properly, Congress needs to pass a budget or at least a temporary funding bill, and they've failed to do that simply because Democrats want more money for health care and social services, and Republicans want what's called a clean bill, something that does not affect their current policy positions. And the impact is extraordinary. Some 750,000 federal employees will be furloughed today or asked to work without pay, and that runs up a back payment bill of, now wait for it, $400 million a day. And then there's an impact on real life as well. We're standing in the National Mall in Washington, and we're only here because there is no gate to the National Mall. Any national park that has a gate on it will close today, and tourist attractions like the Washington Monument, which you may be able to see behind me, will close to tourists. So there's going to be an enormous impact on the economy. Experts predict billions and billions of dollars. So they're going to be burning the midnight oil, I think, again on Capitol Hill as they shuttle between the various sides, Republican and Democrat, try to broker some kind of solution. But right now, there doesn't appear to be one in sight.